Welcome back, everyone. We're kicking things off today with a deep dive into The Earth Diet by Liana Werner-Gray.
Oh, yeah, this one sounds interesting.
It's not like your typical diet book, you know.
Right.
It's being described more as like a whole lifestyle shift based on, well, a podcast episode that we found, which reviewed the book.
Okay.
And apparently it gets pretty deep into, like Liana's own personal story. Like she had a tumor diagnosis
Oh, wow.
and credits her recovery to basically embracing natural foods.
So it's kind of like a personal philosophy of how to use natural ingredients to heal and thrive.
Exactly, like pretty powerful stuff.
Yeah, that's definitely going to resonate with people, Like that personal touch can really make a difference.
Totally. I mean, so many of us are searching for those like more natural approaches to health,
Yeah.
Like we're bombarded with these fad diets and quick fixes all the time.
Right, exactly. Everyone's looking for that like authentic connection
Yeah.
to their food and their well-being.
Like getting back to basics.
Yeah.
Nourishing our bodies with those simple whole foods, connecting with the earth.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, how does this book actually break down the whole concept?
Well, the book is structured in 3 sections, almost like a step-by-step.
Right.
First, it lays out the sort of fundamental philosophy behind this whole Earth Diet thing.
Okay.
Then it goes into like a 30-day program to help you kickstart the process.
Oh, nice. So like a practical application.
Yeah, with meal plans and all these recipes. And then finally, it broadens out to this like bigger vision of what an earth-based lifestyle can really look like.
I see. So it's like, it's not just a temporary thing.
Exactly.
You're weaving these principles into your everyday life.
That's the goal.
Long term. I like that.
And it's really interesting. Like the cornerstone of this whole approach
Yeah.
is this idea of what's it called? Bio-individuality.
Bio-individuality?
Yeah, basically it means there's no one-size-fits-all when it comes to nutrition.
Right.
Like we all have our own unique needs.
Makes sense.
Responses to food and the Earth Diet. It really encourages you to tune into those individual signals your body's giving you.
So it's like a personalized approach to healthy eating rather than following some rigid set of rules.
Exactly. And it also ties into the whole detoxification aspect we talked about.
Oh, right. The review mentioned that, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's not like those crazy cleanses you see everywhere.
No, not at all.
Okay.
It's more about supporting like your body's natural detoxification process.
I see.
Through specific foods like
Yeah.
leafy greens, cruciferous veggies, lots of fiber to help your body eliminate properly.
So it's more like a gentle nudge towards balance, not some radical detox.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. But I'm curious, how does this bio-individuality thing actually work?
Well, that's where things get a little, I don't know, maybe tricky.
Okay.
I mean, I love the idea of bio-individuality, but the 30-day program,
Yeah.
it seems to be a little more standardized,
Ah.
at least initially. It provides a framework with meal plans and recipes, but it does encourage you to experiment and adapt those suggestions.
Right. So there's some flexibility built in.
Yeah, you have to kind of figure out what works best for you.
I mean, that makes sense, but wouldn't that be kind of overwhelming
Yeah.
for someone just starting out? Like, where do you even begin?
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
And the book does acknowledge that, it might take some time
Mm.
to really understand your body's signals
Yeah.
and what works best for you.
Mm.
It's really about paying attention
Wow.
to how different foods make you feel, both physically and emotionally, and then using that feedback to fine-tune your approach.
So it's like a process, a self-discovery thing.
Yeah,
Learning to listen to your body.
it is. It is.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah,
It seems like there's a lot of emphasis on mindfulness and intuition here.
absolutely. And that extends beyond just food.
Really?
The Earth Diet, it really stresses that connection with nature. It's not about counting calories or obsessing over macros.
Okay.
It's about, seeing food as nourishment,
Right.
connecting with the Earth's rhythms.
Okay, so it's like a whole perspective shift on
It-
food and health.
Yeah,
Less about restriction, more about abundance, honoring your body and the planet.
exactly. And that ties into the whole sustainability and environmental awareness piece.
Oh, right. The review touched on that. So, like, choosing organic, local options.
Yeah. Whenever possible, minimizing your environmental impact, it's all connected.
Yeah, but let's be real.
Mm.
That can be a privilege for a lot of people. Like, organic, local, it gets expensive.
That's true. The book acknowledges that. While it's ideal,
Right.
it emphasizes that every little step counts.
Okay, so it's not about being perfect. It's about doing what you can.
Exactly. You don't have to overhaul your entire life overnight.
Sure.
Even just incorporating a few organic items or hitting up the farmer's market can make a difference.
So I'm still a little fuzzy on what this Earth diet actually looks like, food-wise. The review said whole foods, so is this another no sugar, no carbs, no fun kind of thing?
Actually, that's where it gets really interesting because it's not about deprivation at all. It's about embracing whole, unprocessed foods that are both nourishing and delicious.
Okay.
So think vibrant fruits and veggies, hearty grains and legumes, nuts, seeds, healthy fats.
Sounds pretty good, actually.
Yeah, it's about abundance, enjoying those natural flavors of real food.
So it's more like a celebration of food rather than a diet.
Right.
Okay, I can get behind that. But what about those cravings? You know, we all get them.
Of course, of course.
Does the Earth diet allow for any indulgences?
Well, the focus is definitely on whole foods, but it's not dogmatic, you know?
Okay.
It recognizes that we're all human.
Right.
Occasional indulgences are part of a balanced life.
Okay.
The key is to be mindful about those choices. Savor them without guilt.
That'll check. And then return to that foundation of whole foods.
So it's about balance and moderation.
Exactly. It's not about perfection. It's about making conscious choices
I like that.
that support your well-being.
This is all really intriguing, but I'm still wondering how this 30-day program actually works. You know, what kind of guidance does it offer?
Well, that's what we'll be diving into next.
Okay.
The review mentioned some really cool details about the 30-day program, like meal plans, recipes, even detox tips.
Oh, yeah, and that chocolate avocado mousse they talked about?
Oh, yeah, that one caught my eye, too.
Okay, so let's take a closer look at how this program is designed to, like, kickstart this whole Earth-aligned lifestyle.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so let's get into this 30-day program. The review mentioned daily meal plans.
Right.
Which, honestly, for someone like me who gets overwhelmed just thinking about, like, changing what I eat,
Yeah.
could be amazing.
Yeah, it's definitely structured, which, you know, can be helpful.
When you're trying to establish new routines, you don't have to think about what you're going to eat.
Yeah.
It's all laid out for you.
Right.
But, you know, I do wonder if it might feel a bit restrictive for some people.
I was just thinking that, especially like people with busy schedules.
Yeah.
Who need a bit more flexibility.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the review did mention over 100 recipes.
That's right.
So it doesn't sound like you're stuck with like bland and boring meals.
Not at all. They even mentioned
Right.
a chocolate avocado mousse.
Oh, yeah, the chocolate avocado mousse.
Everyone's talking about that one.
Yeah.
It's a perfect example of how the Earth diet really challenges the perception that healthy food has to be, like, boring,
Right.
tasteless. It's about showcasing, you know, how delicious natural ingredients can be.
That definitely piques my curiosity.
Right.
But besides the, like, tempting recipes,
Yeah.
the review mentioned detox tips.
Yes.
So what does that entail in the context of, like, the Earth diet?
Right.
Is it like a hardcore juice cleanse situation?
No.
No.
Nothing extreme.
Okay.
It's more about supporting your body's natural cleansing through simple practices and dietary choices.
Okay, so like what kind of practices are we talking about here?
Well, they suggest things like starting your day with warm lemon water,
Okay.
which is thought to, you know, stimulate digestion.
Yeah.
And incorporating those detoxifying foods like your leafy greens,
Right.
your cruciferous vegetables, things like that.
Okay.
They even talk about dry brushing.
Dry brushing.
Yeah, to stimulate the lymphatic system.
I've heard about that, but I've never actually tried it.
Yeah.
Does it actually like work?
Well, there's not a ton of scientific evidence to support like all the detoxifying claims.
Right.
But dry brushing can promote circulation and exfoliation, which can definitely contribute to that feeling of well-being.
I see.
So
it's more like a holistic
yeah,
approach.
it's not about drastic measures.
Yeah. Okay. And the review also mentioned that the program provides shopping lists for each week.
Yes. That's a fantastic feature.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, especially for someone like me,
Yeah.
who's organizationally challenged.
Yeah, it simplifies everything.
Totally.
Reduces that decision fatigue.
Right.
You know exactly what you need.
Yeah.
Saves you time, helps you stick to the plan.
So it's like having a
It is.
personal grocery shopper
Yeah.
and meal planner.
Yeah.
All in one.
Exactly.
But remember, the
Yeah.
Earth diet, it's not just about
No.
that initial 30-day program.
Right.
The review emphasized this whole, like, going beyond the diet thing.
Exactly. That's where the real, like, depth comes in.
Yeah, what did they mean by that?
It's about recognizing that health
Yeah.
and well-being, it's much more than just
Oh.
the food we eat.
So, like, how does that translate into practical actions?
Well, the book dives into different aspects of a holistic lifestyle.
Okay.
Like emotional health, community building, environmental stewardship. For example, they encourage things like journaling and meditation
Okay.
for emotional well-being, connecting with like-minded people,
Yeah.
for support, and also making conscious choices to reduce your environmental impact.
Right. So it's all coming back to those core principles
It is.
of the Earth diet, like
Yeah.
the connection to nature, the focus on whole foods,
Exactly.
that gentle approach to supporting your body.
It's all interconnected.
Yeah.
You know, the food you eat, it influences your emotional state, your sense of community, even your impact on the planet.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a beautiful web
Yeah.
of interconnectedness.
So it's not just about following a diet. It's like a way of life.
It is.
It nourishes like everything.
Exactly.
Your mind, body, spirit, even the planet.
Yeah, absolutely.
But even with all its like strengths, the review did point out a couple areas where the Earth diet could maybe be improved. One criticism was like the potential lack of like in-depth scientific explanations for some of the claims.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, anecdotal evidence and personal stories, they're great.
Yeah.
But some people, they want that research, you
Right.
know, that scientific backing.
Yeah, they want to see the studies.
Exactly.
The review also mentioned that the rigid structure of the 30-day program might not be for everyone.
Yeah, we talked about that a bit.
Right.
Some people might need a little more flexibility, a more personalized approach.
So it's all about like finding that balance
It is.
between guidance and individual needs.
Absolutely.
So I think we've explored the core principles of the Earth diet.
Yeah.
We've delved into the 30-day program.
Mm-hmm.
And we even talked about the like
Yeah.
broader lifestyle implications.
We had.
What are your overall thoughts?
I think it's a really compelling approach
Mhm.
to health and well-being.
Yeah.
It's not just another fad diet.
Right.
It's a philosophy, a way of life
Mm-hmm.
that emphasizes, you know,
Yeah.
balance, connection.
Respect for nature.
Exactly.
It's refreshing to see a diet that like goes beyond the superficial
Yeah.
and focuses on nourishing the whole person
Mm-hmm.
and their connection to the environment.
Absolutely. It's food for thought.
Yeah, literally.
Literally.
But before we get like
Yeah.
too philosophical,
Right.
let's wrap up this
Yeah.
deep dive
Yeah.
with some key takeaways
Sounds good.
and, leave our listener with a question to ponder.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground with the Earth diet,
We have?
explored the core principles
Mm-hmm.
like bio-individuality
Right.
and that gentle approach to detox.
Yeah.
We even like peeked into the 30-day program. We
Right.
talked about how it goes beyond like just
Yeah.
the food.
It's bigger than that.
Yeah, it's a whole lifestyle.
Exactly.
But now, like, the big question is, what does
Yeah.
all this mean for, our
Mhm.
listener?
That's the real question, right?
Yeah.
Like, how can they take these ideas and actually, like, put them into practice?
Exactly. Even if they're not going to follow the Earth diet, like, word for word.
Right. Exactly.
So let's get practical for a minute.
Okay.
What's, like, one small change
Mhm.
you could make
Yeah.
today
Mm.
that aligns with, like, the principles we've talked about,
Right.
that resonates with the whole Earth diet philosophy?
Well, it could be as simple as, like, swapping that sugary soda with a
Right.
glass of water with lemon.
Like they suggest in the book.
Yeah, like a morning detox boost.
That's a good one.
Or, I don't know, maybe choosing a piece of fruit instead of the, like,
Yeah.
processed snack you usually reach for.
Those are great starting points. Or, you know
Yeah.
what? Maybe take a few minutes to, like,
Mm-hmm.
step outside, connect with nature.
Oh, I love that.
Just, like, appreciate the beauty around you.
Yeah. That mindful pause can make a big difference.
Yeah, totally. Or maybe you've been thinking about, like,
Yeah.
starting a compost bin
Oh, that's a good one.
to, reduce food waste.
Absolutely. That aligns perfectly with the whole, like,
Right.
environmental stewardship aspect.
The point is you don't have to, like,
Yeah.
change your whole life overnight.
No, start small.
Start small, be consistent,
Exactly.
and remember, progress over perfection.
Always.
Right.
Yeah.
And don't underestimate, like, the power of those small changes.
Oh, absolutely not.
You know?
They ripple outwards,
Yeah.
create positive momentum,
Exactly.
can transform, like, everything.
Your health,
Yeah.
your habits.
Your impact on the world.
So as we wrap up this
Yeah.
deep dive into the Earth diet, we want to leave you with this final thought.
Okay, I like it.
What one small act of self-care, environmental awareness, or mindful eating can you commit to today?
That's the question.
Let that be your inspiration.
Your spark.
Yeah. To ignite a positive change in your life and in the world.
Love it.
So until next time.
Yeah.
Keep exploring, keep learning, keep diving deep into the things that matter most.
Absolutely.
Happy Earth-friendly living, everyone.
To everyone out there,